G'day everyone, I'm Dave and thank you for joining me. So in today's video, I am actually going to cover a question from one of my clients. So I'll give you a little bit of history about this particular client, but the question that he asked is that he likes to create videos on site for his clients to show them what the product is going to look like, but he also does a lot of social media. And he was actually saying to me, look, I've got, ChatGPT and I've got all these other things, but I find this one's good for that and this one's good for that. I said, look, mate, you can go to, if you use Higgsfield, right, they've actually got everything combined. So what it is, like they have got their own stuff, but they actually used Nano Banana, which is what you're using, and they use Kling, right? So there's all these other programs, these image programs you can use. So if you do a lot of imaging, you know, it's good to look at a product like that. So it was quite interesting. So I thought I'd just do a quick video actually, just to give you a bit of background on how it all works. Now, his company is the British Carpet Company, and you would have seen me feature them in quite a few of the videos because they're a great case study of how an AI assistant front and center on your website works. So what they basically do is they have this AI assistant, so they want to, number one, do some video for that. And number two, they also have clients where they want to show, in situ what the carpet may look like. So again, just to give you a bit of background, I own the conversation site where I build AI assistants for clients, right? I built one for them that they put front and center on their homepage, and it works really well for them. Now, what they do, like for example, I had a customer come in this morning that was searching. They, the customer sent them the link and they said, hey, look, we found you guys on ChatGPT. And you can see here, right, they've asked for local luxury carpet stores and whatever. And what they did is they actually took one of the samples and then they created it on a staircase. So that was really cool. And we can see here we've got lots of links from Carpet Sydney, which is another one of their sites. But so this is just a working case, they're an operating business and they need to do this sort of thing. So I suggested Higgsfield. Now, if we go into Higgsfield, we'll go down here and have a look. Now, I've actually talked about Higgsfield before, and I really like the fact that it's like a one-stop shop. So depending whether you're creating still images or video, they've got a whole stack of choices. I mean, you can create your own characters, you can use cinematic effects, but I just want to really focus on people who want to use imaging in their business. They can go to Gemini. A lot of people got Google accounts. They can sign up for ChatGPT. A lot of people do that. But it still means they've got to jump backwards and forwards. So it really does depend. If you're only doing one or two images, it probably doesn't matter. 6 of one, half a dozen the other. There's enough free services. But if you're seriously in business and you want to create proper high-class content on demand, sites like this are really good. So let's go to Nano Banana, which I've already selected because Nano Banana Pro is the latest model. So they are actually using this. And again, we can see there's a whole stack of other. They have their own editor as well. But there's a whole stack. They're using GPT, they're using Seedream, Flux, Kling, which I've actually done a bit of a video on. So what I'm going to do here is just a live demonstration of what they've asked. And let's see how this goes, right? So what you can do is, with a lot of these programs, you can just write a prompt. You can just describe the scene you want and it will create a scene. But what I'm more interested in is actually getting, let me move it the other way here. What I'm more interested in is actually loading a seed image or a couple of seed images and getting it. And from a business point of view, that is really important. So let's go here. They've got a new Victoria that they've launched. So let's have a look at, let's say Victoria. So I've uploaded an image of their AI assistant, Victoria, which should be uploading now. And what I want to do is I want to upload another image here. And I want to upload an image of a job that they've actually done, right? So what we might do is we'll view large icon. So we can see here, here's a staircase that they've actually installed with their product. So what I'm going to do is upload those two seed images, and we can see here, we can actually create 1 or 4, but what we might do is we might set that for 4, all right? We've got unlimited, which is pretty cool at the moment to be able to do that. Okay, we've got to pick the ratio. Now, I want 16 by 9 because this will be something that they use in their social media, and it could indeed replace sometimes their AI assistant on their AI assistant site. So I've just taken a very important image, right, that they need to have the same, and also one of their products, right? So we're not just creating stuff, but we're using the magic of AI to be able to do it. So now I'm going to say, can you place the character in the uploaded image, right? So let's make it nice and clear, loaded image. Now another thing is, depending if you're creating images from scratch, you can actually use ChatGPT or Gemini or any of the others, Claude, Perplexity, to write the prompts. So that's actually a good way to do it. But in this case, because we've got so much context for the LLM, for Nano Banana to use, we can actually be a bit more specific and refer to the images we're uploading and the desired effect we want. Can you place the character in the uploaded image in front of the stairs in the other image and position her to be looking at the camera and explaining the carpet. All right, let's see how we go. Now that's a fairly straightforward prompt. Anyone can do that. That's the desired result we want. Let's click generate here. We're going to use 8 credits. Now I'm generating in 1K. I can actually generate up to 4K, which is pretty cool. So you've got 1K, 2K, unlimited, or 4K. Now 4K is pretty full on. I think for most imaging work that needs to be done, 1K or 2K is probably enough, but that's great. You've got unlimited when you're actually using Higgsfield. It's great. Now it's in progress, so it's actually generating now. So we'll see what generations come out. But yeah, I think these hybrid sites are very, very good because they're a one-stop shop and they've got a lot of other features. Now look at that. That is just great. Look at the quality. Nano Banana 3 is really, really good. You could use any of those for your marketing quite simply. Let's see what the other two produce. I think next time what I'll do is I'll just go for 2 images because I think 4, oh no, that's actually not too bad. Now, see how true to character that is? That is actually your product and if it's a picture of yourself, if you want to use a picture of yourself. In this case, it's an AI-generated AI assistant, but now it's replicated into that. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll select one. I think that one there, yeah, I think that one there is pretty good, so we can download that. Now, what we might do is, let's get rid of that image, right? And let's put Victoria, which is the name of this AI assistant, in the showroom. Let's change the size from, I want to do an experiment here, so 16 by 9, which is your social media phone size. Now, can you place the character in the uploaded image, right, on the chair, right, on the chair in the second image. Oh, I've got the other image. Get rid of that. And position her to be looking at the camera and explaining the carpet. Okay, well I think that's pretty good. Now let's have a look what happens when we generate this one. So we've kept the same seed image. Now I could have uploaded, in fact I'll do that just as a case in point. Let's get rid of that one and we'll upload the image, and I've got an image here 9 by 16. So that's going to give even more clarity and more context to the LLM to create the image. Okay, let's have a look. Now this time what I might do is I might just create 2 images and let's create them a bit of higher res just in case they want to use them for some printable material, for some brochures or anything. So we'll click generate. And we'll see what the next iteration is. So here we are in the queue here, so for those 2 images. Now, the great thing about this is we can jump between video and still images. Now, what I do a lot of is actually take a still image like this, create your base seed product, and then you can copy that across into your video editor and create your videos based on that as well. We can see here they've actually got all the video you need. They've got Google, they've got VO 3.1, and Sundance, Sora 2, so they've got all the latest video models plus their own. So yeah, no, it's pretty good stuff. Okay, let's go back here and see how our images are coming out. And the speed is pretty good when you consider that, you know, this is a high-res image. A 2K image is a lot of data to be able to process, and they're processing 2. So I'll be interested to see what this actually looks like when it comes out. But yeah, Higgsfield, again, I've used their product before, and price-wise, it's great. They've actually got a special on it at the moment. particularly if you're using, I mean, look, let's face it, most people are using Nano Banana Pro now because it's so good, but you get 70% off. So for 20 hours. So you've got a personal promo of 70% off. And they've got some great specials on. Oh, look at that. Here we go. So we've created a character and we've now put that character in situ. I'll wait for the second one to generate. Actually, I'm going to download that one because I want to actually look at that. It's downloaded now. That can be used straight in their social media to promote their product. I want to also do another test in a minute, which is another category. Now, remember when I went back to how they used ChatGPT? So they put in an image of a carpet and they said, can you put that on a staircase? We'll do that in here as well because they'll be able to kill two birds with one stone. So let's have a download of that. And we'll go in and we'll actually have a look at the quality of where these things have come out. Now, let's have a look at this here. I mean, it's hard to see on a YouTube channel, but the definition of that, look at that. You would not know that is not a real person. That is how good AI has now become. And using, like I said, a spot where you've got a one-stop shop, you can really increase your workflow. And it is all about productivity. That is a really good image. What are the other images? That one on the stairs. Now, that was 1K, remember? But that is still really, really good quality. And that's the second image there as well. No, that's great. Okay, so what that's done, we've used the Higgsfield one-stop shop. We've gone to Nano Banana, so we don't need necessary if we didn't have an account with Google, right? You're getting that within the account hosting of what you're doing with Higgsfield. The other thing too really is, let's look at their other pain point, which is a customer walks in and they want to create an image for them. So if we go down to here now, minimize that. And we'll go back into where we are here. Now, let's do it. Let's remove that and remove that. And this time, what we'll do is we'll start with a new prompt. Get rid of that. Now, this one doesn't need to be 2K. It can quite easily, let's move this up here somewhere out of the way. It can quite easily be a 1K image because it's really only just to send to a client. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of carpet. Let's say we take that blue carpet, which is one of their samples, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, using the carpet in image 1, in the uploaded image, right? So that's very clear and good context. Create an image of a Hampton style coastal Sydney home with this carpet throughout. Let's just keep it nice and simple and see if that generates. So they've got a customer who's interested in this blue carpet. They're not exactly sure. Now, I haven't changed the ratio, so it's still 9:16. They're not exactly sure what that carpet is actually going to look like when it's installed. So they can upload they can just snap off a photo with their phone, or they can use a photo that they've got in stock, and they can actually put this command in if they know the client's coming in or the client's actually in the showroom with them, because look, in progress, it's already quick, it's generating, they can chat away. Look at that. Look at that. That is 3 images, right, that it's created. Because remember I said throughout the house. That is fantastic. Look at the quality of that. Okay, let's download those ones. I think that's, oh, look at that. There's a single image. All right, so let's download that. And we'll download that one. And we'll have a look and see how they came out. We'll just refresh that. Okay, I'm really interested in this one. I think this one looks great. We'll make it bigger. I mean, that's 1K. That is a Hampton house in Sydney, well, in southern Sydney actually. Look at that. Now, how good is that, using a tool like this to be able to straight away create for your client what they are interested in and what you can help you sell the product. All right. Allow more. multiple files, that's fine. That just means I can download all those files at once. So this will be the second file that we downloaded. And again, look at that, carpet on the stairs. I mean, even got the track marks of the carpet, you know. That is very, very lifelike. And if if you're looking at getting a carpet in your house and someone presents you with this image, I mean, that's the difference between, oh, I can now visualize that. And that took no time whatsoever. So look, every business needs an imaging tool. And if you're going to have one, you might as well have one that does everything, right? So you can create your static images with Nano Banana or your videos. I won't go into those now. I just wanted to use this as an example to show the tools that I use. And so here's another one based on a client this morning. I'll be filming another video shortly more about this client and getting ranked on ChatGPT and all this exciting stuff. But at the end of the day, the images that you're sending in your business. So kill two birds with one stone with one product. So yeah, Higgsfield, good stuff. All right, thanks again. I'll see you in the next one.